What is going on, every we back at it again. La la la. Woke up, I got an email, bro, from my ISP, bro. I'm like, hey man, we updated your thing to 100 megabytes up. I'm like, huh? Nigga say what? For real, bro? 100 megs up? It's crazy for me. I ain't gonna lie, I got a gig down, but not a gig up though. That's unfortunate. Bro, a gig up would be freaking insane, bro. Nigga come watch the stream like a crackhead, bro. Nigga this my stream just to say fuck it. On everything just to say cuz. Fuck it. Anyway, woke up to that little good news this morning. I'm like, oh, for free. No, there's no charge. Love that for me. You feel me? I might do some multi streams in the future, low key. I don't know. I might do, cause I believe it or not, I have not played Kakarot. I have it. I've been had it. We've been sitting it on my Xbox for and collecting dust. I might do a multi stream of that probably in the future. Probably maybe some other games too in the future. I ain't gonna cap. Probably like maybe Animo when that shit come out. I might do that. Sparking Zero DLC when that shit come out. Might do some. Oh my god. And the thing is, I could have done it before, but like, it was tripping. When I got this so much overhead, I ain't worried about a goddamn thing. By the way, I'm yapping. We back at it again. Sally said, what else? Saying through the tails back. You feel me? Again, getting a Akari early is diabolical in this story. It really is. It's changing so much, bro. If you could master that shit off rip, that's a free 10 times multiplier out like that. You feel me? That is clutch. But especially for the Frieza saga too, when shit was ignorant, bro. Namek was ignorant, bro. I'm gonna stand by that, and I will always stand by that, bro. You have to move, bro, correctly, man. But anyway, speaking of Namek, we're going there right now. No one's died. Yeah, no one died. So no Kaioken, no Spirit Bomb. So yeah, no 10 times gravity training. You feel me? So yeah. Good luck, Goku. Good luck, Gohan. Even Gohan got it, bro. Little Saiyan. But anyway, hit the video up to like, man. Comment below, subscribe, all that good jazz. Get our boy Silent Saiyan to 500K. And without further ado, let's dive on in.
Last time, we saw Goku's encounter with Vegeta, and he was actually able to win the fight, thanks to the power of his wrathful form. But with Vegeta on a very different path, we're gonna go next. We'll be covering all that more in this third part of What If Saiyan Tails Grew Back.
Oh, there you go.
As of now, without Vegeta, Earth is fine. All 3 of the Saiyans were stopped, and nobody ended up dying in the process.
Yeah.
Well, besides the Saiyans, of course. Raditz and Nappa are gone. But while Earth is at peace right now, what's going on with Vegeta? Because now he's on a completely different journey. This part is going to be a Vegeta part. So let's shift over to his perspective. After this encounter, and mainly after he fully heals up, he begins training more and more.
That's what I'm saying, bro. No pun intended.
Trying to figure out what secrets Kakarot discovered about the form and how to use it in his base, or rather just his humanoid form, whatever he was doing there, because it was something he's never seen before from other Saiyans. No matter how many times they've gone Great Ape, none of them were ever able to do that. They just kept turning giant when they turned Great Ape.
That's a life hack.
More importantly, Kakarot was able to use that form whenever he wanted. He didn't need an artificial moon or a regular moon for that matter. Technically, Vegeta can use the power of a Great Ape whenever he wants, but it requires an artificial moon, and it requires him turning giant too. The former of which will actually lower his power a bit because he has to create the Power Ball. The form Kakarot was using wasn't stronger than Great Ape, it was a 10 times increase, but it's far more practical in a few ways. Plus, while Vegeta's tail did grow back, in the brief period where he didn't have his tail, he was completely unable to transform. If someone cuts off his tail, that's it. He's not going to be able to use that power. But Kakarot seemed to not have that restriction.
You're effed, buddy.
Not that Vegeta tested it out, but he wonders if that's also the case too. But even though that form has the same power as Great Ape, still, maybe Vegeta could use that and go even beyond it somehow. He's not really too sure where to even begin with it. But he's a prodigy, an elite warrior, the strongest Saiyan there is. And soon
what's crazy? That'd be cool too. See, Xenoverse 3, man, they better come with it, bro. I want a Akari, Wrathful, what do we want to call it? In Xenoverse 3, Rose. I don't know why I didn't go with Rose. Rose could have been easily, we could have been got Rose. Super Saiyan 4. Either one, you could pick whatever one you want, Daima or GT, and those fucking tails better fucking be animated. Oh my god. We're in April. Battle hours upon us, y'all. Just a few more weeks.
Universe.
Actually, WrestleMania weekend, actually.
That he could find a way. He just needs to do the right training for it. Maybe Kakarot did have one good thing in mind: hard work. Vegeta was born elite. He was born with this great power. Kakarot, on the other hand, was a low-class warrior that worked for his. So imagine an elite warrior like Vegeta putting in that same hard work. If that low-class runt can do it and unlock the form, Vegeta definitely can too. So he really puts in the effort, training to his absolute limit, even going to harsh planets to train and planets with higher gravity, trying to see whatever he could do to actually unlock this.
So we're not going to Namek.
It takes a bit because he can't really figure out the secrets to it, but in the meantime, he at least grows stronger in his base, which is
we're not going to
Namek. It's not really what he was aiming for, but hey, it's a nice side effect. He's definitely not going to be mad about that because that is partially what he wanted too. And maybe with this power that he's gaining, he could first of all go back and defeat Kakarot, but more importantly, he could take down Frieza with this. Especially if he figures out how to use the Grade 8 power like Kakarot did.
You got too much dip on your chip, bro. You got too much dip on your chip.
But now that Vegeta's growing at this rapid pace, maybe there is some chance for that.
Hold on,
nigga. To wonder about the legend of the Super Saiyan. Could that be related in any way? Probably not. But he's sure he'll find out eventually. After months of training, he finally gets what he wants. One day, after actually continuously cutting off his tail and trying this, he figures out how to manifest the Grade 8's power while not actually a Grade 8. Vegeta has unlocked the Wrathful form. He could use this power without needing a move or even without a tail. And this is huge. Transforming to this willingly and being able to use that power willingly, that's amazing.
Yeah, and depending on what his current power level is too on top of that. You know what I mean?
Why have a scenario about Saiyan tails, but they get Wrathful, which can be used without tails? Like, the whole point of that form was that it could be used without the tails, so why here? Well, tails served as a way for them to still use the Grade 8 power, and it caused Goku to accidentally discover this, so even though he still does have his tail, it gave him something better than Grade 8, willingly being able to transform into this. But the tails will still have more relevance later on as we go forward. It's just that now, their tails being there isn't really going to affect too much, especially with them having their Wrathful forms. Trust me, I get the irony in this, like including the tailless form in a scenario about tails, but trust me, it's going somewhere. Anyways, with his objective achieved, Vegeta then deserts the Frieza Force. He's kind of been doing his own thing recently, and he's just been training the whole time and not really following Frieza's orders. And now, he's really fuck him. For one, he likes doing his own thing. 2, he plans on rebelling against Frieza. 3, he has no reason to be under his thumb right now. And 4, this will give good fighting experience because Frieza will definitely send people after him to kill him, or at the very least, try and retrieve him with force. So he explores the galaxy, finding more planets to trade on and places to grow. He is keeping sort of a low profile, but he doesn't mind being spotted.
We plotting.
He expects to get spotted anyways. Naturally, Frieza's had an eye on Vegeta for a while. First off, he's a Saiyan, and second of all, the other 2 Saiyans with him just died, and he was just on a random mission out on Earth. Something's definitely up with Vegeta, and Frieza got suspicious pretty early on. But why now? The desertion isn't really a surprise, but what's happening at the moment that caused him to do this? He's definitely planning something, so Frieza wants to stop this as quick as possible.
Yeah, they're
He's not really too concerned about Vegeta. He'd rather just tie up the loose ends so he doesn't have to worry about it. Because who knows what he has planned? Some type of sabotage? He has no clue what Vegeta would even accomplish. He's nowhere near strong enough to take on the entire Frieza Force, so it's definitely got to be something else. Something that works against him, but definitely not something that's a big threat. At least as far as he thinks. So, he sends out Zarbon and Dodoria, who are both pretty strong, but not the strongest people he has
access to. About to get slimed out.
Enough to get rid of Vegeta. He's not too hard to find. Zarbon and Dodoria eventually This is good. He only has to fight these 2 at once, which is more than manageable, and it's definitely a good test of his powers too. Had Frieza sent more troops like the Ginyu Force or something, maybe it would have been too much for him, so this is a good test to begin with. And he's put a restriction on himself too. He's not going to rely on the Wrathful form here. He wants to defeat them without transforming. Zarbon and
probably got
it. Here to retrieve Vegeta, and Frieza has authorized them to use Force. Although, they don't necessarily need to bring him back alive. They can bring him back dead, and they'd actually prefer that too. They'd rather just get rid of him right here and now. So, they're hoping Vegeta gives them a reason to do so. And Vegeta says they're more than welcome to try. Sure, go ahead. Try and kill him.
Put them hands up.
Back with them, and the only way he's going back is if they actually kill him. Just what they wanted to hear. Dodoria goes and attacks first, and Vegeta's surprised. What, they're both not going to attack at once? Zarbon scoffs at this because there's no way he can handle both of them at once. But Vegeta tells them once more to try him. He promises he could take it. Dodoria actually prefers to do this alone, but Zarbon's not going to pass up the chance to beat up Vegeta. So the 2 begin fighting together, and
about to slam them niggas out, bro.
Vegeta's holding his own. Now, against one of them, this wouldn't really be too big of a deal. Sure, it'd be surprising, but not unmanageable because there's 2 of them. But both of them are fighting him at once, and he's able to keep up and not take a lot of damage. More worrisome is the fact that he actually does deal a lot of damage to them. And he's having a lot of fun. He's clearly not stressing himself.
Exactly. Hey, the nigga ain't stressed, bro.
Even disregarding his transformation, he's not at full power yet. Zarbon checks his scouter and sees that Vegeta's at 50,000. That's more than both of their powers combined. So Zarbon transforms. And Vegeta has to push himself a little bit more, showcasing even more power too. He asks them if that's truly all they've got. He wants to see their full strength, and then maybe he'll display his full strength, at least if he requires it. But he doesn't. They keep trying to desperately fight him, and Vegeta realizes that this is a
Yeah,
lost cause.
yeah, it's a lost cause, big bro.
Nevertheless, not for him. There's no way he's going to lose this battle. So he decides to just end it
Who
here.
did this art?
Before he does, he grabs Doria's scouter, taunting Frieza over it, and recording everything as
You're like a
Vegeta
little
kills
chibi Vegeta, low
letting
key.
Frieza know that the two of them are dead, and Vegeta killed both of them effortlessly, laughing as he delivers the message, then crushing the scouter too. Frieza's completely infuriated. First off, how did Vegeta get that strong to take on?
Yeah, find him out, fuck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did.
Really is that strong right?
I know I just did that, but I am not in no gangs. I am not gang affiliated. You know, I know I just did that. I was doing the bit. But that's what he did to Frieza just now, though. Yeah, fuck, nigga. I both your goons.
More serious this time. He calls up the Ginyu Force. They were actually planning to go to a planet called Yardrat next, but Frieza changed the order. Their objective is to now find Vegeta, and not to take him back dead or alive. Simply just take him back dead, or completely obliterate him. Frieza doesn't care. He just wants Vegeta dead. So the Ginyu Force is sent out next.
That's crazy. No Namek. That is crazy.
They eventually do track down Vegeta. He still never showcased his full power against Zarbon and Dodoria, and he did hold back a bit in that fight just so they could injure him more. Because when they injure him, then he can exploit power boost from healing. So he did grow.
And he still wasn't at full power. Yeah, he got it.
All the training he did afterwards. So the Ginyu Force doesn't really know what to expect. They land on the planet that they located Vegeta on, and they don't see him anywhere.
My boy Vegeta get his moments. Hold on.
Stronger Ginyu Force members are able to react quick enough, but not the weakest, Goldo. Vegeta aimed for him because he's the weakest, but this is also good because he got rid of the guy that could just stop time whenever he wants.
Yeah.
That blast instantly kills Goldo, leaving the Ginyu Force without their fifth member so they can't pose properly. But just as important is the fact that they already lost one of their members and they didn't even start fighting yet. Well, Goldo wasn't the strongest of them, so that doesn't really matter too much. And then Vegeta finally shows himself, launching a few more blasts towards them, and it kind of injures Jace, Birder, and Raccoon. But Ginyu's able to defend these. Vegeta didn't hold back with either, but they were all on guard. Vegeta says there's no point in exchanging words, they should just get the fight over with. And out of curiosity, Ginyu pulls out his scouter and Lord. Vegeta's power level.
Don't do it, big bro.
He isn't holding back. And Ginyu is honestly pretty surprised at what he sees. Well, it's not completely unmanageable, especially with 4 of them. Vegeta's power right now is at 80,000, which is insane. They never would have expected
80,000? Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Ginyu. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. He about to slime y'all niggas out, bro. Multiply that times 10. It's about to be a GG.
Expected him to grow that strong. He's actually stronger
it's about
than
to be a GG.
Besides Ginyu, at least individually. With them combined, they'll definitely be enough to take him on. But it's no wonder he took on Zarbon, Dodoria, and even killed Goldo that effortlessly. A power of 80,000 is definitely impressive, but it's not something they can't work with. Jace and Birder go into fight first, and Vegeta easily recognizes that if they all fight together, he won't be able to win, at least in his base form. So he tries to pick them off as quickly as possible. As
okay,
Vegeta towards him, Vegeta then disappears in a flash, quickly reappearing behind them, and then in sight is Vegeta with yellow eyes, launching a beam at each of them which incinerates them both. And Ginyu's scouter exploded in this moment. Vegeta's power shot up into the triple digits. What he actually saw was Vegeta transforming to Wrathful very briefly, increasing his power to the 800,000 range. This caught Jace and Birder off guard, and allowed him to kill them at
800,000, 800,000, bro.
Before he could even move,
the ball bouncers no stood a chance. So I think Ginyu, right? Ginyu's max is like what, 120? Pole bouncers no stood a chance. He is, I think his 40 or 60, right? Raccoon. Oh my god.
Punching right through his torso.
Ooh, right through his
also
torso.
Killing Raccoon with a single blast. Vegeta is about to do the same to Ginyu, but Ginyu reacts really quickly, and very hastily too. Seeing his colleagues dispatch that easily makes him realize that he might have to swap bodies with Vegeta. Because if that power level on a scout is true, Vegeta's stronger than him too. So on a whim, as Vegeta finishes killing Raccoon, Ginyu then enacts his
I hate this. I always hated this.
Vegeta off guard. Ginyu swaps bodies with him, now having access to his power.
Ain't no goddamn way.
Ginyu didn't even injure himself in the process. So now it's Ginyu versus Vegeta and swap bodies. But when Ginyu's in this body, well, first of all, he doesn't have Vegeta's full power in base. But more importantly, he's not going to be able to access Wrathful because he doesn't even know what Vegeta was using there. He thought that was Vegeta's full power. And technically it is, but it requires a transformation, something that Ginyu doesn't know about. Ginyu could also try and transform into a Grade 8, but he doesn't know how to create an artificial moon, and there's no moon in the sky right now. Vegeta also doesn't have full control over Ginyu's body, so he's not. I
always hated this, bro. I always hated this shit, bro.
Ginyu was at a stronger power level to begin with, so in both their bases, even without full control over their respective bodies, Vegeta now has the upper hand. Ginyu might have stolen his body, but he didn't steal his power. A fight begins between the two, and it is tough for Vegeta because he has to get used to Ginyu's body, but at least he has the power advantage. And Ginyu realized that he made a pretty big mistake by swapping, but he could still reverse this. You know, he could just get his body back and injure Vegeta in the process. So he does exactly that. Which is kind of what Vegeta was hoping for too. Ginyu then stabs himself, and then swaps his body again with Vegeta. now leaving Vegeta pretty badly injured with Ginyu back in his regular body, not really that injured. And Vegeta says that was a grave miscalculation. Once more powering up into Wrathful, and with a single attack, wiping out Ginyu. Ginyu
goofy ass nigga
him in the process by switching bodies. Vegeta channels Ki into the wound to cauterize it. He is in pretty
thanks for the
bad shape
Zenkai.
right now, but he at least has a healing pod with him. That's how he's been recovering this entire time. So this isn't the end for him, not by a long shot.
Thanks for the Zenkai, bitch.
Ginyu injuring him will just help him even further.
Exactly.
And once more he finds a discarded scouter nearby, taunting Frieza once more.
I slime the niggas out too, nigga. Damn. I know he hot, bro.
Let's go back to Earth for a bit.
I know Frieza hot.
With Gohan after the Saiyan saga. And
like,
after seeing Gohan
he took out all my niggas. My best niggas. All seven of them boys got slimed out, bro. I know Frieza hot, bro. Ain't no way this monkey just did that shit. Oh my god. But yeah, that Ginyu shit, bro, I always hated that shit in the anime manga. I hated it, bro. Even when they brought it back in Super, you know what I mean? The anime, I was like, oh my god, no. I hate body changing. You know, even with Goku Black. You know, he got that shit on. You know, he was doing his thing. But at the end of the day, you can't respect it. You just can't respect it. You really can't. But anyway.
Use the power of the Wrathful form, Gohan finally unlocks it for himself and is able to use it willingly. It only took a few months of training too. This is great, because not only does it mean
even though why you ain't got the goddamn form, Lord have mercy.
But on top of that, he could utilize that power whenever he wants and transform into the Wrathful form.
Lord have mercy.
Rate, and Goku's really glad to see this. You know, he remembers those Saiyans mentioning something before about Earth's gravity being weak, so after Vegeta's defeat, he did consult Bulma about this, and she made a new form of training for them.
Hey!
And he's been getting a lot of use out of this, as with his friends.
Bro,
Goku definitely has been growing in the meantime.
I'll be running that shit up, bro.
His journey has been very different. And Goku wonders what he's up to. And more importantly,
no, he plotting.
If he'll ever see Vegeta again, he would really like to fight him once more. And with that, we'll leave off here for now. What'd you guys think about this?
Oh no, he plotting.
What's gonna happen next time? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe.
Nah, he plotting. He definitely plotting, bro. That's crazy. No Namek saga. That's good. Shout out to the Namekians, bro. They've been through enough any goddamn way. They've been through enough. They don't need that. All that trauma, PTSD, and heartache. You know. Oh my god. Dang. Niggas
Last time we got to see.
He slimed them all out. He slimed them all out. His top niggas. What you gonna do, Frieza?
See what Vegeta was up to, and he's going down a very different path already. But where will that lead him next, and what's going on Earth? We'll be covering all that and more in this fourth part of What If.
Still not enough for Frieza though.
Following his fight with Ginyu, of course, Vegeta has to heal up because he was injured pretty badly.
Yeah, base form, yeah, but
despite injuring him that badly, he does get a boost in power from this too. It's a win on multiple fronts. He got to test out his power, he got to defeat the Ginyu Force, and he grew stronger in the process. It's a good thing that Ginyu actually swapped bodies with him because otherwise he wouldn't have gotten injured like that. He could have ended the fight a lot more quickly and killed Ginyu right off the bat, but maybe it's good it didn't go that way. By now, Vegeta's power and base has shot up a ton. He's at around 3 million, which means when he's in Wrathful, he's at 30 million.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Okay, Frieza. Yeah. Frieza, don't do it, bro. Cause you gonna you have to go straight to final form off rip, nigga. Oh my god. 3 million base is crazy, nigga. You might get blitzed low key.
He feels more than confident enough to take on Frieza now.
That's what I'm saying, bro. No pun intended, bro. If these niggas was just to lock in, not just Vegeta, I'm talking about all the Saiyans before Frieza blew the ass up, bro. If they always like, you know what? If King Vegeta would have like, hey, bro, put out a goddamn executive order. Hey, all Saiyans are demanded to goddamn train non-stop. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. And like, I mean, like really, really train, like lock the fuck in. Oh my god. That shit would never have happened like that, bro.
To be enough. And as you'd probably expect by now, he is on Frieza's radar. With him having defeated Zarbon and Doria and then the Ginyu Force, Frieza could tell that Vegeta is actually a big threat, and he needs to be dealt with. So Frieza begins tracking down Vegeta himself. He's not playing around anymore. As much as he hates to do it, he has to personally get involved. But it might be good for him. This way he could personally kill Vegeta and enjoy killing him with his bare hands. That's probably going to be a lot more satisfying than if someone else were to kill Vegeta instead. And Vegeta doesn't hide or anything. He confidently waits on the planet that he was just found on by the Ginyu Force. He wants to see Frieza as soon as possible, and he's going to wait for Frieza to come to him. Surely enough, about a week later, a few ships start arriving. This will be nice target practice for Vegeta.
Oh lord.
Up in the air, destroying all the ships and killing everyone aboard.
Oh
Frieza
lord.
did send a few soldiers down, but they didn't even make it to the planet. although there is one ship that has a much stronger power on it. Vegeta can tell that that's the one Frieza's on. So, he sends out a blast, destroying the ship completely, with only one person flying off of it. It's Frieza. Those soldiers are all expendable anyways. Plus, he loves to make a grand entrance like this. He descends down onto the planet, coming face to face with Vegeta for the first time in a while. There's no need to exchange many words because
hello,
monkey. They're going to fight to the death, and there's only one way out of this, killing the other person. Frieza gets ready to show off the full power of his first form, but Vegeta attacks him before he even does so. He needs Frieza to get serious. He knows he's holding back power. He doesn't know exactly what he's holding back, but he knows he's holding back something. He heard from his previous fights. He's never seen the true extent of Frieza's strength, and he wants to see that here. He doesn't know if it's a transformation or something, but
it is, fam.
Frieza's holding back, and it's not going to go well for him if he keeps holding back.
They won't,
He's
though.
far too cocky to think that he can beat Vegeta as is right now. And Vegeta confidently expresses that he has a power level of 3 million at the moment. Frieza doesn't believe this, but he pulls his finger, and the number rises up.
Thought you dare lie to me, you filthy monkey!
It's far beyond the 530,000 that he has in his regular first form.
That's what I'm saying.
Not a big deal for Frieza. At least, he acts like it isn't, because this means he has to completely skip his other two forms. He instantly goes into his final form. It's not like he really has a choice, but still, he doesn't need to be too worried, because in his final form, he could beat Vegeta without using 100% of his power. So, thanks to Vegeta's bragging, and now in his final form, the fight completely changes. Vegeta's not really able to do much in base, because Frieza still is holding back a lot of power, and he briefly showcases some more, getting ahead of Vegeta. Well, this is kind of expected, but it's fine, because Vegeta still has his wrathful form. He knew he'd have to use that to win here, and he still has that up his sleeve. So he goes into his wrathful form, showcasing this power to Frieza, which he actually hasn't seen in person before. This is new to him. He didn't know Saiyans could actually transform. Well, besides turning into a great ape. This can't be the Super Saiyan form, can it?
No.
And Vegeta says he wishes that were the case, but
not
most
quite.
likely not.
It
He still
was.
has no clue what a Super Saiyan is, not even realizing it's a transformation. But he simply explains to Frieza what this is. He is using the Great Ape form right now, just in a much different manner, without the need for a moon, and without the need for turning giant. And even if Frieza tries to cut off his tail here, that won't do anything. Vegeta has full unrestricted access to this power. And the best part is, he's learned that his strength comes from rage. At least when it comes to this form. He then attacks Frieza, catching him off guard.
Put them hands
Frieza didn't
up.
expect a boost in power that was that large. And Vegeta's able to get a few hits in, but Frieza starts to take it a bit more seriously. Alright, so Vegeta's power is 3 million, and he's using the power of a Great Ape right now, which as Frieza knows is about 10 times that. So he asks Vegeta just to confirm. His power right now is around 30 million, isn't it? Vegeta says that's right. Surely it's too much for Frieza. And Frieza just starts laughing at this. So that's the extent of his power. Well, it is pretty impressive that a Saiyan grew this strong, but still, it's unfortunately not going to be enough to
Don't even scoff at that, bro. 30 million, nothing to scoff at. Come on, man.
defeat Frieza. Especially because Vegeta hasn't seen Frieza's full power yet, but
Uh-oh.
he'll only show off 50% of his power. So Frieza goes to 50%. This fight's been a big back and forth so far, but this finally ends it because Vegeta doesn't have any more power to draw upon. He tries to fight Frieza, but even with just 50% of his full power, Frieza's way too far above Vegeta.
Damn.
And he starts to really enjoy this fight because now, all the cockiness that Vegeta was showing before, it's completely gone. He's realized that he can't win this. Frieza finds it very hilarious. He starts messing with Vegeta too, taunting him more, and of course, taking out his anger on him because he did kill a bunch of his troops, and betrayed him in the process as well. Frieza's not going to make this a quick or painless death for Vegeta. No, he's going to draw this out as long as he can.
Vegeta!
And for the first time since his fight with Kakarot, Vegeta is no longer on the winning side. He's getting completely embarrassed. After all that training, that time growing, that time improving himself. Sure, he was able to grow a lot stronger than he was before, but he wasn't able to grow stronger than Frieza. And now, it looks like this is the end. He's going to die by the hands of Frieza. And he's in kind of a compromised mental state right now because, first of all, in order to use the power
Will
of
he go
Wrathful,
Super
he needs
Saiyan?
to be in a state of rage. He's come to learn that, and he's pretty fine with it. But now that rage is growing even further because he's realizing everything he's done was for nothing. And is experiencing that same defeat that he experienced before with
Frieza.
Kakarot. Basically, his
Frieza.
whole life he has no defeat. And even after putting in the hard work, which he thought would
He
make him
might go
unstoppable,
Super
it
Saiyan.
didn't. Frieza continues beating him. And just to taunt Vegeta even further, he decides he's going to power up to his 100%, just so Vegeta can see what he's truly dealing with, and he can die at the hands of Frieza at his full strength. At least that'll give him some sort of dignity in the end. So Frieza starts charging power, going to his 100%, and Vegeta watches on helplessly. He's injured right now, and can't really do too much, and he knows that Frieza's just going to get even stronger. But that rage, it's growing so much further than before. He hasn't experienced anything like it. First, it was a feeling of self-pity that he hasn't really experienced, but then it turned into a completely different sense of fury. A level of anger which he's never felt before. Anger at himself, anger at Frieza, anger at Kakarot, anger at everybody. Especially
say
anger
fuck
at his
me
current
for?
situation. Hopelessly watching as Frieza powers up and knowing that he's not going to be able to do anything to stop this. He just has to wait there and accept his death. But Vegeta's not going to accept that. As Frieza's powering up, Vegeta also starts to power up too, while still in Wrathful no less. A fiery aura surrounds Vegeta. His hair starts flowing rapidly. This aura illuminates Vegeta, and those yellow eyes he has, they go away completely. His eyes just go completely blank. And as Frieza continues powering up, He sees this. He hasn't seen Vegeta look like this before, but surely it's nothing to worry about. And then Vegeta finishes powering up, and he's directed purely by his anger, rushing towards Frieza and then hitting him with a flurry of attacks.
Is that false Super Saiyan?
Dramatically, and his anger has overcome him. He's not completely berserk.
I'm so mad at this shit, bro. Cause like every time I see Lord Slug in a fucking video game, we don't have this in the game. It drives me insane, bro. Like this nigga is in Sparking Zero, Xenoverse 2. You feel me? Even like Tenkaichi 3 and Tenkaichi 2. No false Super Saiyan, like a legit actual transformation for this goddamn God, bro. I would love it if Sparking Zero to add that shit to the game. Please, somebody, please, bro. Oh my God, bro. That shit was lit, bro, when it first happened, bro. Oh my God, bro.
But the power is definitely uncontrolled, and he's letting his anger take a hold of him right now purposefully, because it's giving him more power. And if letting his anger control him will give him that power, then so be it. He's fine with it.
That's so
what
be it.
Vegeta's using right now isn't Super
Let
Saiyan.
your anger
He
flow.
Frieza thinks it is.
Let it consume you.
It's basically the omen of Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
False Super Saiyan.
a precursor.
Through the pain of his injuries, as well as the strain of using this power and the immense rage that he's feeling, he has a brief moment of lucidity, in which he unleashes all of his power in order to kill Frieza, grabbing onto him point blank and then flying up into the air, then spinning around, rocketing down towards the ground, throwing Frieza to the surface below. But before he hits the surface, Vegeta then appears below him, outspeeding him. He pulls off a new move that he hasn't used before, calling it a final flash, hitting Frieza with point blank, disintegrating every little bit of him. But this also uses up all of Vegeta's power, and right after this, he collapses to the ground. He's victorious, but still gravely injured from Frieza. That doesn't change that fact.
This nigga got his moment, bro.
Fades,
he got his moment, bro.
Too, and he feels a brief moment of happiness. Let's shift back over to Earth.
I bet he does, man. I did it.
The rage of his wrathful form.
I finally defeated Frieza.
Rage is power to him, so maybe he could use rage to go beyond. So pretty much around the same time Vegeta did this.
Oh wow.
Goku also tapped into false Super Saiyan.
Bro, it's like, bro, why, bro? It's like, why? See, this pissing me off right now. I'm just seeing it right now, bro, because I'm thinking about Slug and these games, and he's not in it. This would have been so lit. Oh my God, bro.
In his own methods, though, and he needs to see more of this. He can't really control it too well, and of course, this isn't exactly what he's aiming for. This is the omen of what he's aiming for. So Goku definitely has way more to work on. But this is good for him. It gets him pretty excited because it makes him wonder how far he could truly go. About a month after Frieza's defeat, someone new appears on Earth. His power is suppressed, but Goku can sense it heading towards his house. It's familiar, but also different at the same time. At first he's on guard, but then he realizes that it's a friendly key. He's not too sure who it is, but he senses no evil within it, so he drops his guard a little bit. There's then a knock on his door. He opens it up and sees someone that looks, well, familiar, but he can't tell why. The reason his key feels familiar and why he looks familiar is because this is Gohan.
Gohan?
Future, though.
What?
The time traveler here is future Gohan, and he showed up much earlier than normal. Let's explain why. So the androids eventually did appear, and everybody died. To make things worse, Vegeta even returned to Earth at one point, showing off a strange new power that Gohan hadn't seen before. And the moment Vegeta showed up, Gohan was actually fighting the androids on his own, using the rapid form and trying to tap into false Super Saiyan. But he can never get it quite right. Although the power Vegeta showed off was something that he hadn't seen before. It was much stronger than rapid.
He actually got Super Saiyan. Ooh.
Vegeta proclaimed that he became a Super Saiyan. And he came here to fight Kakarot, but instead picked a fight with the androids. Gohan said that there's no way he could have beaten the androids, even with that power increase. But Vegeta believed he could. Gohan couldn't do much against the androids, so he retreated, especially because Vegeta didn't want him in his way. He was going to deal with that fight later, and he wanted to defeat the androids alone. He doesn't know who these people are, but hearing that they're that powerful, Vegeta wanted to fight them alone. And even with his huge increase in power, Vegeta ended up dying against the androids because he underestimated how strong they were. It's not like he would have gotten what he wanted there on Earth anyways, because everybody was gone. Gohan was the last one alive. He's been trying to grow stronger, especially since Vegeta showed up. And he eventually did tap into that same sort of power, which he does show to Goku. It's called Super Saiyan. Vegeta, he knows the name. But Goku didn't actually die from the androids. He tells Goku that he died from the heart virus, and he gives Goku the medicine for that. The heart virus actually did appear a bit earlier for Goku, because all his training with Wrathful, that put a lot of strain on Goku's body and accelerated this. Goku actually died over a year before the androids arrived. Not to mention, unlike the original story, Goku was on Earth for a lot longer. He didn't have that year where he was dead, he was just here the whole time. And, added with all the stress he faced, it made him contract the heart virus earlier on, and it made the heart virus worse earlier on too. But thankfully this medicine will make sure that's not going to be a problem. This is a lot for Goku to process, and thankfully Gohan gave him a lot of great info. He's also surprised to hear Vegeta returned and had that new type of power. But more importantly...
No fucking duh, no Trunks, no shit. This nigga's like, I'm tripping. What the fuck wrong with me, bro? I'm like, Trunks? What Trunks at? Damn, no Trunks. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Impressed that Gohan has that type of power. So, he hasn't defeated the androids yet, has he? No, that's why he came back to the past. He's hoping that this would fix everything.
Samurai Jack, I seen that.
He's showing Goku this power. He knows Goku got the false version of Super Saiyan, but he never was able to use that willingly or find out the secret behind it, so Gohan hopes that by showing him this, it'll show Goku the ropes, and then maybe he can get Super Saiyan for himself. And the best way to display this is to actually fight Goku, so the two of them begin sparring. Goku
Put
goes
them hands
into
up.
battle, and Gohan goes into Super Saiyan. The fight is very brief because Gohan has a much stronger form, but Gohan is reminded of how strong Goku used to be. And amidst the battle, he does try and get Goku to tap into the false Super Saiyan form again, and he does do so, but it's very brief, and he loses his grasp on it. He's not quite there yet, but Goku thinks that he's kind of getting the hang of it now, especially thanks to Gohan showing him Super Saiyan and showing him how he transforms. He can start applying that to himself. He's basically getting all the secrets here about the form. And Gohan can tell that Goku's close to this. He just needs to unlock this and make sure he doesn't die of the heart virus. And then, once the androids show up, they'll be more than prepared. Get that power and use it to defeat the androids. And just to be safe, Gohan will return in a few years' time once the androids actually arrive, and he'll be helping out too. Plus, he's glad to see Goku here, and he definitely wants to see him again, as well as everybody else here. Thankfully, unlike Trunks, he doesn't need to hide his identity. So now we enter that brief time skip.
True.
Over this time, Goku eventually does get the heart virus, and it shows itself pretty early on, and then Goku gets cured of it. But more importantly, over this time skip, Goku eventually does get access to what he was looking for. Through more training, as well as trial and error, he eventually unlocks the Super Saiyan form. And this
But does Vegeta have it
power was
though?
amazing. He can't wait to use this in an actual fight, but now he's also curious. Future Gohan got this form, so he wants to see if he can get present Gohan to get this form earlier on too. Not to mention, Vegeta's out there somewhere and he's probably going to return soon enough. Goku has a lot to look forward to, and a lot to prepare for as well. And with that, we'll leave off here for now. What did you guys think about this part? What's gonna happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual,
Crazy. My nigga Vegeta got his moments. Took out the whole Frieza force, bro. Frieza himself, man. Crazy. I was not expecting false Super Saiyan though. I was not expecting that at all. You feel me? Oh my god, but yeah, bro, seeing that shit again, bro, it's like, bro, come on, man. One of y'all gotta put that shit in the game. I think, is it even in Heroes? It might be, but I don't remember. It could be in Dragon Ball Heroes. I don't know. Gotta see though. But oh my god, don't know what we getting false Super Saiyan is with mods. But Universe 2 and Sparking Zero. Is that a fucking net? I'm gonna slime that bitch out. Anyway. W videos by Sally Saiyan, man. If you guys enjoy this reaction, hit the video up, the like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good jazz. You feel me? And yeah, love y'all, and I'll see y'all the next one. Peace.